Sorry.
You know,
I have the face.
you want to. I used to hate when people tell me that. Because I have the resting bitch face, like times 10. And then my boss used to come up. He used to walk past me and say corners up, which means smile. I used to want to give him the middle finger though.
I would. And the only
it was something that would needed to happen because
Hey, everybody.
you look a lot nicer when you don't
frown.
grouse.
The reason I had that look on my face is I was reading a comment about the $79,000 tax return, and it just made me sour. And I think you had that precise moment, and I was like, "Oh my God, do I have the face? I'm sorry."
Resting bitch face.
Sorry. Maybe because I am one, and that's why I have to.
As everybody can see, we already have the giggles.
I forgot to tag y'all's channels in there. So there's back at the House of Lenormand. There's Jen Lintero and Adrian with Red Lentil Healing.
Over there. Hi,
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll give it another 4 minutes. We'll get started. Hi, Jace.
Oh, here comes Artie.
Hi, Terry. It's already starting to climb up because I feel like I'm not officially on the Sunday chat if Artie doesn't show up.
Thank you, Linda.
Yay.
Say hi, Adrian.
A little menace.
Hi, nephew Kitty.
Big old fluffy butt.
No, I love fluffy butt Kitty.
You're making cookies. Want some?
Hey, Beth. Okay, so while we're waiting, my friend Beth has another test this week, or no, next Monday, on the 6th. So everybody send angels to help her pass her test again. She could feel our energy last time. Keep her calm and help her with memory retention.
Absolutely. That's a good prayer.
I'll light the candle. I can't get up now because I boxed myself in.
Uh-oh. Taking everything off the desk.
There's like something here. All my menopause fan is over this. My cards, this thing that the cards are in weighs at least 690 pounds. I got 120 decks and they're all in here, and I can't like push it with my foot because, you know, I'm not Hercules. I would have to actually get up and pick it up, and that's just not going to happen.
It's not.
And then this is behind me. Oh, the devil's not there. Oh.
You turned it the other way.
I get disaster and stress.
What would happen if you tried to kick that box with 120 decks out of the way instead of picking it up?
Oh, Lord. I miss my devil now. Nice horns. It's all right. I'm pretty sure since we're talking about Trump, he will make his appearance anyway.
You will.
I can't. I stayed away from the news all week. And then that's sometimes not a good thing because when you do these on Saturday or Sunday, then you have to be like inundated with news all at the same time because now you got to get ready for your thing. And so it's like I look and there's 400 million questions, and then you look on the Google headlines and it's full of Trump money this, Trump tax that, Trump says this, Trump like, oh my God.
Yeah, right.
Just like
30 minutes, before we hook up.
It's madness. Oh well.
I think I over-practiced my guitar today. I think I stressed my wrist a little bit. When I shuffle.
Need to be able to fling the cards, Jen.
That's some kickboxing lessons. That's what that was.
Telling us his guitar really, she was sparring. In that 3rd-degree black belt.
Mm-hmm, that's what that was. Oh, the guitar. When I showed you that picture, there was a wrestler who used to hit people over the head with guitars. Thank you, Larry Girl. I wasn't reading the chat, so thank you very much. Hi, Noel. Hi, Steve Barb. Kill Billy, I love that name.
No.
It is all fake news.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start Becca, let's start with your question.
You're in hell, like, say what?
Oh, God. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. And I'm like,
I was looking. So Jen and I did a Grand Tableau on Trump Friday. Was it Friday, Jenny?
Thursday night, wasn't it?
Thursday night. I took notes. The most immediate thing we saw was financial records that came out today from the New York Times. And I had been texting Jenny the last few days, and I was telling her, I was like, I see something here with the fraudulent report with him and Barr. It's fraudulent. It's manipulated. And it looks like they may be targeting a woman and make an announcement around a woman. And then I was looking at the line of fate, and I was like, are they going to try to charge Hillary Clinton with some BS charges on that report? So I'm going to set this one back and let you all.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Yeah, because you had the ring, the handcuffs was close to the woman too.
Mm-hmm. It was cross. It's cross ring heart woman, and she's in the house of cross, and cross is in the house of key. So it's going to be an important trial, an important sacrifice, important punishment.
And I did know that they said this morning again that they're getting ready to start pulling up more, doing another investigation into the Clinton Foundation, into Bill and Hillary. So they did, and I saw that on, it was a quick blurb on MSNBC, and also Reuters did a little quick, came across my phone.
Because it's showing up kind of like an October surprise, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Quite possibly.
Are they going to try to target Hillary?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, P. Barb, it was on the line of fate on the Grand Tableau.
Yes. Let's take a look. I think they're going to look more at Bill. Very interesting. I wonder too, because I keep hearing, what's the nickname? The little farm, the little camp that Mr. What's his name like to do, and they're always trying to tie Bill into that. Because it's crossed, I got the Two of Swords crossed with the King of Swords, and also the outcome is the King of Pentacles. They're putting money into, they're definitely, I think they are, and they're putting money into this. There's also the Three of Pentacles too at the crowning the reading, this kind of dirty, pouring money into doing this deceitful, dirty, nasty thing. But the King comes up in the night. I get this masculine energy. I wonder if they're gonna smear her through Bill by trying to bring some Bill stuff up. So let me keep pulling, throwing some more cards. Yeah, because I'm also getting Seven of Swords. So this trickery, sneaky deceits, world, and the devil, and outcome. When I did a larger spread is the devil. And see, he finally showed up.
We showed up tonight. Cheers to you.
And the devil. So yeah, I think they're gonna try. They're already trying it. It's already made the announcement. So again, they're definitely gonna do something. Really curious to see. I think they may try to hitch their wagons to doing something with Bill and to tarnish Hillary through Bill.
Yeah. Thank you, Mariana, and thank you, Araceli. I get they're going to be talking about it here because I've got the agreement to investigate. Like they definitely have an agreement to try to investigate. The challenge is there's moneyed news. Well, hello, all the taxes in the New York Times article, right?
Yeah.
So, this is emotional Trump because he knows he's losing. He's the loser still. And he's trying to keep that White House and he wants to make her anxious. I do get that there's some sort of legal thing going on. He thinks he stands on a higher ground. It's sneaky. I'm getting they do move forward with something. They get the plan off the ground, but it's a nothing burger. They're out in the cold. There's nothing to it.
And that, to me, I can see that, because also too, when I got the Devils did the outcome, it's kind of like everybody knows and sees what this is. This is nothing but fat, blah, 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 throwing, desperate to throw paint at the wall to get something to stick.
Saying lock her up, trying to roll his base up.
The Devil's back up to his shenanigans and bull crappery.
What'd you get, Johnny?
I get 3 people with that 3 of Pentacles as well. And the 10 of Swords, they're trying to bring a ending or some sort of tragic defeat to a party of 3. So this could be Bill, Hillary, somebody else. So, and it could be Bill, Hillary Clinton Foundation. There's the 3 of Wands and the 7 of Wands, which means defending and overseas, which is also defending and some sort of, thank you, Joanne, some plan that's going forward that's not quite complete. The Ace of Swords and the 7 of Cups, though, pretty much tell it. Here's the information, the clarity of the truth. There's your confusion. This is not because of Hillary taking money from the Saudis, which she did. She even kind of said it when she was on the debate stage. But this is all meant to cause a distraction. This man is losing his mind, and so is Barr. You can go after Hillary. Go ahead. Who cares? How does that connect to your vote? What you need to do is try to tie Biden in there somewhere. That's the person you're running against. So in the end, I get the High Priestess. The High Priestess is secret and hidden agenda. So yeah, there's nothing here, but yeah, we're going to try though.
Meanwhile, he takes money from the Saudis every time they stay in his hotel in DC.
Or they sneeze and some money just
falls out of their butts.
No biggie.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, no biggie. No crook, just crooking.
Do the lean, and some money flies out.
So when Barack Obama was in office, and what's the lady with the purple hair?
The
Donna Brazile. Donna Brazile, she wrote a book. She went on everybody's show. Thank you, Cold Toes.
And Cindy, thank you.
She wrote a book. She went on everybody's show and said how Barack Obama left the DNC $5 million in debt, and then Hillary paid it. So blah, blah, blah. We're not going through all that. But Hillary paid the debt that Barack Obama left because Barack Obama was being sued by Crybaby and over the ACA. So they had some legal fees. So will Donald Trump and his wonderful world of justice put a bankruptcy on the plate of the GOP? Well, he calls them financial hardship.
They'll be responsible for all his legal fees after he's out.
Right.
Hopping in the bed with the devil.
I mean, when you're dating a dude and he's kind of broke down and no good and he can't manage his money, he sleeps on an air mattress in an apartment that he shares with 5 dudes. You don't give him your credit card.
I'm always saying it.
And that's kind of what the okay, that's neither here. That's none of mine.
You got your debit card, your PIN number, and your card.
And your social security number. You're about to open a lot
You
of
bring your car back, it's out of gas, and you got 13 cents in your account.
and you got a whole new electric bill in your name. It's like, yo, come on.
But I mean, hey, they picked him.
That's their buddy.
And that's the advice or the comment that your mama give you when you bring home this broke ass man. You picked him, so live with him.
Yep. I think they are paying. Aren't they paying for? I know they bought all of Junior's books, but aren't they paying for his
The RNC campaign
Junior's fees as well?
legal fees, but the RNC, no, the campaign paid for the legal fees. The RNC
paid for the books. Okay.
It's such a good investment.
Must be nice.
Well, my cards are like shuffling in huge clumps, like they don't want to separate.
They're sticky.
They're trying to talk at the same time. They got a lot to say on that.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be my card of the night, the loser.
You got to do a little something every time he pops up.
Lord have mercy. I can't do it.
Ooh, jeez. This already is not looking good.
What'd you get, baby?
I asked if he was going to bankrupt the GOP. The growth and their stability, dead, kaput, finito, done. And then yes, so it's saying yes. He's gonna put him in a hole.
Yep,
big time.
I'm getting something very similar. Pulled with the Kipper deck. I have the main man at the center because it's obviously about him putting them in debt. Crossing it is imprisonment, or so he's kind of got them by the you know whats, and he's holding on to them, their money. Let's just say it that way. Also, we've got the coffin too, so he's almost like not just ending the GOP as they are as the party that we once knew, but also financially as well. And the outcome I get is adjudication. I wonder if they're going to come back and sue him. That's going to be the only way they can recoup some money. He ain't going to have it. I mean, good luck trying, but
it's like the DMV, take a number.
Once New York finished with him, and then New York finished with him, and then New York finished with him again. Then after the U.S. goes after him, then we'll see what's left after that. But.
You know, it's like I got loser Trump here in the middle. I get the lawyer guy sitting on top of him and all the investigations, and I feel like there should be like 50 kings of wands. You know?
Exactly.
Many of them. And he's bullying them to pay for this, you know, businessman Trump, who you know is so good with money. They are his circle of support. So yeah, all the defending, heartbreak, judgment, bankruptcy, I feel it. Somebody is also stealing from them. Somebody's stealing from the RNC.
Who's stealing? Other than him. I wonder who's stealing. Is it the children?
I feel second reading coming on.
I know. I'm already on it. I'm like, who is stealing?
Thank you. So,
From the GOP.
so let me show you what I got. Let's go into that one next then.
Okay.
So we got Five of Pentacles. So will he bankrupt them? Five of Pentacles means poverty. The Three of Swords means betrayal, backstab, sadness, heartbreak. So yes, there will be some of that. I do get the strength around the Two of Wands, which means that they are they're stuck for the long haul. So that means after Trump leaves office, I don't care if he gets 99 terms, there's still going to be a whole lot of stuff that he has to go through post presidency. So they are not done with him. So they can try to change their message and their name and their this and their that. They are stuck with him for a very long time because they gave him way too much power when he did not need it. There is the Queen of Wands. There's a Judge, Four of Swords, and the King of Swords. There's nothing you can do right now. Just like Adrian said, take a number. Because you've got to get in line. So who's stealing?
Who's stealing from the GOP?
Besides everyone in the GOP.
Who's going to the buffet with a big old purse and walking out with that purse filled after going to the cafeteria?
Why does your purse smell like chicken?
Got a bunch of chicken wings in there.
Yeah. Crab legs. You
That's
know
my perfume.
crab legs. Oh, purse smelling like sea urchin. Because
Remember, this is Trump's purse, so it's chicken.
Big Macs.
Big Macs, cheeseburgers.
Good point. I'll stand down, Jen. You're correct.
And diet soda.
Hamburgers.
So we're asking who's stealing from the GOP?
Because mind you, what was that man's name who was stealing from his campaign? Somebody, I'll forget the child.
I forget.
Doofanky. We'll just call him Doofanky.
Yeah, he's stolen from the campaign, and then he got replaced by somebody who wasn't stealing from the campaign. But you can't feel bad. A thief stole from a thief. So
Whoever is stealing is robbing them blind because the sudden rich card came out. I mean, they're taking. Ooh, geez, it's gonna leave them in poverty community. Who?
I mean, it's like the NRA, you know, somebody's stealing from them.
Hey, Jen, do you think it's one person or multiple people?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Because I'm getting community and I'm also getting child. So I'm wondering if there's multiple people and they're also, and it's benefiting like younger Republicans.
It's been going on a long time.
Mm-hmm. And there's people who know, because I'm also getting message of concern. I'm getting, this came up twice. It started off with concern and message of concern around the sudden wealth, right? Which is leaving the GOP in poverty. And then it ends with community and child. So I think there's multiple people doing it. They're all in on it. And it may be headed by someone like a younger facet of the GOP or something to that effect. Becca, what you holding up them cards real strong, my friend.
It may be somebody that worked there with the Fox. This would be your employment, your job. But they're doing it in a way that is manipulative and covering their tracks to get the gifts here. But this is the king of clubs. This is the queen of spades. So quite possibly a man and a woman, maybe. But it's people that work there that are employed.
Yeah.
I mean,
People know about it.
Yeah, with this nostalgia card, this has been going on a long time. I feel like even prior to Trump, that somebody's been stealing from the GOP. And it is a group of them collaborating together. There's one mastermind because, you know, there's some master teacher in this card. There's a mastermind to it.
Yep.
They've also been paying for trips out of it, like pleasure trips. And other things for people in the government that it's like a little bit goes here, a little bit goes there. But I get the full and I get a woman too.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing the fool likes to tell on himself, I think he's going to talk about it because I get that communication card. I think he's going to like say, like,
And I just saw a bullhorn. Wow.
yeah, that, you know, he's manipulating the funds there. He just tells on himself.
Johnny, what you got, my friend?
So, as someone stealing, I get the card of theft, the first one. So,
Sure did.
and then I get the card of money. Six of Pentacles is now. Six of Pentacles could be three things, which is why it's one of those cards you have to read in context because it depicts people on the floor. Don't have it up here. So there's depicts two people on the floor, and then one person standing up, giving out money. So it could be begging. It could be submitting, as in you have to submit to, thank you, Pam, submit to someone's authority or someone's whatever, contract negotiation. So you have to submit to whatever's in the contract. Or it could be charity or giving out or money laundering. I'm passing this money to you, you give it to whoever else. So it looks like these could also be campaign donations. And so I start with the theft, and then here is the money being pushed out. I get three people, at least, with the Three of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me, though, one of these people don't know about the other two. And the only reason I say that is I get the Five of Wands and the Nine of Swords. This is your fighting, your bickering, even though it's got a person with the mouth covered. This is your bickering, your squabbles. The Nine of Swords is your worry, your stress, and the Ten of Swords is your ending, your disasters, too. But I get the Emperor here all by his lonesome. So I think he, or whoever he would represent, it could even be a woman, but it's a person here is not connected with the other two because I don't get any court cards that say these are other two people. But I get that there are three people involved, and they have all been taken for quite some time. With the Seven of Pentacles, this is a deep-seated thing. But it's three people, two doing one thing and one person doing another. I have another follow-up question too. But.
I do too.
I wonder too if because I keep seeing the story in my head when Johnny was talking about it. Because again, that concern and the message of concern. I wonder if one is gonna snitch on the other to snitch on the other. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, girl, Becky's been stealing, right? And then Becky's like, hey, Roger has been like robbing y'all blind, trying to one up the other, and it's just gonna end up in this like big sloppy mess.
I mean, that's kind of That's my follow-up question. Is Trump going to throw the entire GOP under the bus? Because, if he goes down, he takes everybody with him. Is he going to throw like everybody under the bus?
And I think this was always their fear from the beginning is, we got into bed with the snake. Now he knows everything we do.
Yep.
Well, that's good. Good for you.
Good question.
So let's see.
Is he going to start telling on things they all did, trying to point the finger like, well, Mitch told me to do this and Pence told me to do this? And
I mean, what he should really do is, break out his crayons and write his tell-all book, and that way he can tell everybody what's going on.
It's going to be a crayon.
Because he's going to need some money.
He's going to need it.
One of them big fat orange ones you give to toddlers in pre-K.
Well, he literally writes
He just has this big old Sharpie.
Lord. Maroon.
Is Trump going to rat him out? See the bus.
I got the plans already off the ground on the bottom. I think he's already starting to throw them under.
I don't mean to be petty, but I can't stand to hear that man's voice. But that's the one time I would show up to something he did with some popcorn. Girl.
What's the name of the deck? I have no idea. I threw all the boxes away. And this one doesn't have a normal name like, Tarot of the Tarot. It's got one of them long, ridiculous names, so I don't know. It's on Etsy, though. Not that it helps you, but it's on Etsy.
Aces are my yes cards. Not only is he's gonna sing like a canary, like a big, fat, bloated, gassy canary. He's gonna tell about their money too. He's gonna talk about the deal, money deeds as well. Empress, ends with the Empress. Interesting.
Well, Johnny was so right. They're stuck with Trump. They are like, tied and they can't move. They're lock, stock, and in step with them. So some of them are going to be defending themselves because he's not accepting that he did it all alone. So there's going to be a transition that's going to show like everybody that worked on stuff, that changed stuff with them. It may cause some of them to get cut from the government. Secrets coming out. Trump's going to play the strong hand on it. Yep. That's completion for him to rat everybody out. Tell about all the rats on the sinking ship in his little Trump-tanic.
I'm getting asked that he's going to expose all of the agreements for briberies. They're linked. It's a promise. He knows everything, how they link together. So he exposes all of it.
What you said with bribery with money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was say. He's going to sing about because he knows that's the most detrimental to them. Is talking about the money collaboration. It ends. My outcome is the death card. So when he's out, he completely. He is like a 180 on the GOP.
I'm going to see that death card again. It looks a lot like Wilbur Ross. Oh no, it's not.
Blanche.
It's
Dorothy.
It's Dorothy.
Dorothy. It's Dorothy.
I thought it was Mr. Dithers for a second. I need a deck that has Wilbur Ross as the death.
Well, Johnny has a deck that one devil guy or the death guy looks like Wilbur Ross.
I do.
Troll Gremlin.
That's so funny.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen.
I'm done, Jen. I can't say anything else. John,
Sorry, I digress.
B. Arthur is very strong in the face, so that was very true. But I get it.
And the shoulders. Okay.
Collect yourself. I get 9 of Pentacles and the Hangman. So there's money right there.
Yeah.
However, what I believe is I don't think that he is going to tell on purpose. I think this is something that's just going to fly out his mouth because there's the Ace of Pentacles. He's not the most Thank you, Suzanne. He's not a person who knows how to proofread what he says in his brain with that edit button. It just kind of comes flying out. You know how they say kids are very honest because they have no edit button. So I get the 6 of Cups for him because he has that immature kind of energy. It does have something to do with money. Not just money, but working money. So somebody paid somebody for something and then he told it. He probably told in the interview, deposition, hell, on the street at the bagel stand for all I know, but he did tell it. And then there's the devil. So
Yeah.
well done, devil. You show up when you're supposed to. Now I have another
He's
question.
got such a great memory. He'll remember everything, person, woman, man.
Bigly. Remember it bigly.
Oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it. But I love that word Trumptanic. So who is the first? And then I had my follow-up question from the RNC. We'll get to it eventually. But who is the first, or maybe who are the first people, if there's multiple, to go down on the Trumptanic? Once everything hits the fan and it's nice and decorated, who gets splish splash first? Who gets the brown face and not in a racist way?
He becomes one of the floating people out in the ocean.
Jack, I will never forget you.
You
Come back.
don't have to if you just moved over.
If you
Come
move your
back.
wide butt over 3 inches.
You floating on a big barn door. He can get up there with you.
Oh, Lord.
Come back.
She was an environmentalist. The fish were hungry, so she was my boyfriend. I can get another one.
He'll be nice and tasty for sharks. I'm gonna look at this one a little differently, if you don't mind. I want to use the chakra cards to see what characteristics are going, like what blockage they're gonna have.
I got the devil on the bottom, so somebody in the devil. Somebody very corrupt.
Sandra, you say Eric. I think I might agree.
Oh.
Becca's making me excited.
I asked who's the first in the Trump family to get in trouble. I'm getting that it's a man that has to make an appearance at a court here pretty soon because it's man, son, Ryder, Tower.
Soon.
So that'd be Eric,
Yeah.
He's supposed to go visit a court.
October 7th.
Yep.
Mhm. That's who I'm getting for the first one to get in trouble.
I plead the fifth.
You know who I'm getting? I'm getting Melania.
Mm.
So, her inaugural ball fund, all the partying and everything, and where'd all the money get moved to? And, after it was complete, there was supposed to be millions left over, and there's investigations going on that. I get she's in a big old battle, and she's got the sword of truth on her. She's going to be destitute, and she's like ass and elbows.
Back on the A&E channel, you guys. Make sure to tune in.
I love it.
Mm.
John, what you have?
What you get? Do you want me to go first?
You go. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Go ahead.
So I asked who would be kind of like jumping, who's going to leave. And I did it based off like how can I tell from the chakras? So the first one, I think, and I see it in waves. So the first wave is going to be anybody who has, this is the seeing card. So this is your third eye. This is all about your third eye, your psychic ability. So anybody who's smart, who's like, this isn't going to end well. They're going to start. I would not be surprised if they're like quick resignations up front because people just whoever can see it, they're going to distance. And there's probably not going to be the main players. It's going to be some smaller people that we were like, I don't even know that role existed, but who are smart enough to distance themselves. The second wave is anybody who is going to lose a lot financially, because this is the home card. This is your root chakra, which is again all about feeling safe, feeling secure financially. So I don't know why I keep hearing Mitch McConnell. You're not giving me an answer when I hear Mitch McConnell. But the people who just have a lot financially to lose are going to be out. And then the last wave is this is the crown chakra. I get divine consciousness. They're not going to know to leave, and they're going to be forced out because they're not connected spiritually. They're not seeing the big picture. You've lost. It's time to go. They don't want you here anymore, boo-boo. You've abandoned me, love don't live here anymore. Johnny, I think you were singing that the other day, and I've had that song stuck in my head since then.
I'm kind of leaning towards Mitch too, because I get the justice card. Like something comes up in court, somebody who's been stealing, somebody who's burdened, somebody who knows about the gifts of money from Putin, and like oligarch money, like big family money. I'm kind of leaning towards Mitch too.
So I'm not going crazy when I keep hearing Mitch and I get pulled the money card. It's like, what about Mitch?
Moscow Mitch.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you, JC.
Purely for entertainment purposes, only YouTube.
I get two men's. Both of them are younger men's with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Beavis and Butthead are in trouble. Which one goes first? I don't know.
I always get them confused because is Beavis the blonde or is
Beavis is the
Beavis is the blonde, Butthead is the brunette. Yes.
Thank you, LLC. They're interchangeable anyway.
Yeah.
There's the Hangman and the Four of Pentacles. You're going to be stuck in something you can't get out of. Also, something you're afraid to lose. But the Star and the Sun means that this. Thank you, Sandra. They are wine funds. Thank you. There's something here for the future. There will be some illumination, and somebody will take a respite. You will have some downtime.
Yeah.
And it has something to do with money and money going back and forward between places that ain't supposed to. So I think Beavis and Butthead. Thank you, Dottie. I think they're in trouble. That might be the first, and that would make sense to be the first people on the Trump panic, because if it's going down, who doesn't realize, except the stupidest among us, that you need to get off?
I mean,
Yep.
Who met with people in Trump Towers? Beavis and Butthead.
The Trump boat parade. They're going to stand on the boat as it's going down.
And wonder why. Y'all get out that splash?
Why
They're
is it
gonna
water
get their
coming
foot
up?
caught in a flag too, and drag them down.
They're not going down. The water is growing.
Oh, Lord.
Funny.
So my question was, why these people that we were picking up? Why steal from the RNC at all? Like, why there? Why not try to get from Trump's administration or something? Why there?
Because they get money from lobbyists and everywhere else.
I just heard it's easy, which is just too easy.
Greed. I mean, Trump's got to steal from anywhere. Looking at his taxes, he has nothing.
I'm about to say, and I just heard Trump don't have it. He doesn't have it.
Never has, never will.
Thank you, J-Ro.
It just makes me wonder though, Jenny, like there was an article that came out last week that said that he made 1.2 billion in profit from his personal businesses since he's taken office. So how can you have that much money and be broke?
But he also said today, it came out in the New York Times too, that he also claimed $1 billion in debt and losses.
That's how he did it.
That's how he's able to do it.
And he also owes, within 4 years, on his loans, $482 million.
Because there was
He's got $100 million coming soon that it's due.
on one of his tax returns that he had $990 million loss or something at 1 year. Like, yeah, sure, idiot.
And meanwhile, Ivanka, $100,000 a year for her hair and $70,000 for makeup. It's like, oh my God,
Are you kidding me right now?
that's like
$100,000 on hair and makeup a
You
year?
can? Oh,
A year.
absolutely.
100 on hair and 70 on makeup. And I'm like, $170,000. That'd be a 30-year mortgage on a house for most people.
And you still kind of look like the crib keeper some days.
and she's doing it per year.
I bet she's spending more than that.
Yeah.
Because just on these talk shows and TV shows alone, they spend millions of dollars on hair and makeup.
Yeah.
And I know for her to have to make constant public appearances, and as a first lady, I will say you can't walk out the house looking wrong. So you have to be all dolled up, or they'll put you in every paper in the world and say, "Look, she's let herself go." Blah blah.
Yeah.
But because she's not a jeans and t-shirts person, she's not a Michelle Obama, so she can't pull.
She's high maintenance.
She's a Nazi in training. Every time you see her, she's dressed up like one. So.
She looks like she needs some glasses. What was all this squinting?
Oh,
Her face is stapled to the back of her head, dude. She's like,
you're right, Bethel. It's snatched so tight that she can't open them any bigger.
Somebody just took it and just yanked it back.
Look, go see over there. She couldn't even try to do it. Would be too much.
I told you that was mean for me to say, but I'm gonna say it again. She looked like one of them things off the Sleepwalkers, Stephen King. That's what she looked like. She just looked real strange to me, is all. I'm sure she's a lovely person, but
So why are they stealing from the GOP, from the RNC? They're destitute and greedy,
Yeah.
I don't know.
and they got anxiety, so they're in debt up to their wazoo. And look at all those gold coins. I can have some of that.
I got the I got the 10 of cups as well as the base. The moon, they can do it undercover and not get caught and be secretive about it. The few people who know, it's crossed by the Queen of Swords. So whoever is this, they can even deflect it from the main supporter. There's always lies and kind of hiding some things in the background with the High Priestess. They're wondering if Judgment's going to come out because it's at the crown of this is Judgment. So there's this. It's easy to do. You can do it under the radar, but yet they're constantly kind of like looking over their shoulder, like, is this the time that it's going to come out? I think they're thinking, though, it ends with the Hermit. Instead of them, they'll be able to kind of pull away and kind of hide and go ghost before it ever really comes out. You know, try to take it and run, and all of a sudden you've got people in another state, country looking foolish.
What'd you get, Becca?
there's the mice, so there's the thievery. They're stealing because it's almost like it's just so widespread in the institution. There's like a whole bunch that they can take. And there's something here around institutions that are suffering or burdened, but they do it anyways. Here, it's like they're doing it because they can. It's there. It's there. And are they gonna be held accountable? No, they're gonna get cleared. So it's kind of like
getting the destitute card. I was thinking, okay, they're destitute because they're down to their last million. It's not like they're down to $1.25 in their checking account.
right.
So that's what I get to. 5 of Pentacles, there's your poverty. 7 of Pentacles, there's money there. So if it's there and you don't have any, why not take it?
Yeah.
There is some bickering here. The 2 of Swords, they are afraid of getting caught. The 8 of Wands and the World, again, this is coming from I think there's at least 3 people involved. But this is for personal enrichment. So you'll need cards for that, but I just wanted to see anyway. But that's kind of what this whole thing is all about.
Mm-hmm.
They all want money because for some reason money brings happiness. So, oh well. Lord Jesus. The trials and tribulations of the RNC. Okay. So somebody wanted us to look at Barr's health, but I didn't want to just look at him alone. So let's look at Trump first, and then we'll go Barr, and then we'll go Biden.
Okay.
So let's look at Trump's health and see what it's looking like since we're getting closer to the elections, stress and whatnot.
Get your bingo card out. The devil's going to come out.
Fly out.
Keep up, gotta stay up.
That's all I hear already is
It looks gray. Oh my goodness.
I think we should look at Mitch McConnell's health too, since he fell the other day in his
Oh
bike.
my gosh, right?
I told y'all he did not fall. God pushed him down.
I said, John, you put it in the text, I was freaking cracking out. I was like, oh dear Jesus.
He probably heard a clap of thunder and thought that lightning was coming for him.
He went right up behind him.
Oh, I did. I was trying not to laugh because he said he had polio as a child, so he's got. But as Becca says,
I ain't
not
Mother
really-
Teresa.
Right.
When his wife wouldn't even help him get up, it was like, oh my God.
I'm looking at him like,
Look,
the whole time while he's struggling to get up, she's just,
she didn't looking like if you don't get off that floor.
You do this all the time at home. I'm so
I'll
sick.
try to lay them pants out for you if you don't get off that floor.
Like, come on, man. One foot in front of the other. How many times I had to tell you? One foot in front of the
She
other.
is the greatest wife in the world, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, your man fall in front of everybody. You just stand there.
And you
Thank you, Tammy.
interesting.
wow, this is interesting. Okay. Okay.
They deserve each other.
They do. Mm.
So, Trump. Let's see.
Did he crack his shell? Poor turtle. I can start if you guys don't mind.
Go right ahead.
I pulled chakra cards. Y'all all are like in deep in thought. So for Trump, I get 2 throat chakra cards. So your throat chakra is your ability to speak and listen to truth. Well, you know, obviously he would be struggling with that since he's the master liar. Particularly with his throat chakra, he's getting creativity and self-expression. So this makes perfect sense, right? The closer we get, the more that he's falling behind, the more scared he gets. He's trying to come up with these lies and how do I turn the tables, and it's just not working, and it's coming off as diarrhea of the mouth. It's just not a good look for him. So really struggling with his throat chakra. I'm also getting the crown chakra with presence. He's all over the place. Squirrel, bunny, rabbit, was a woman, dog, man, boat, sailor. He cannot, for entertainment purposes only. I would not be surprised if he hits that Adderall a little bit heavier in these next couple weeks, because his just ability to tune in and to dial in into, he's already one who can't focus. It's going to be even worse. So a lot more sporadic, a lot more late nights with Burger King and McDonald's, and just talking. And it's going to just, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes more and more crazy, more and more incoherent.
I get a lot of spine issues with him, and I get my chiropractor card like it's something a chiropractor could help him with. He has something that's definitely affecting the head, like mini strokes or headaches or something. And I get the Mitch McConnell card. He's face planting some. He may be falling in the White House. He's masking it with something he's taking. So he is definitely ingesting some stuff, but he's got like major back issues. So he's probably taking some opioids or something. And he gets the lunacy card. So he's
That definitely contributes with his inability to be present.
he's out of his mind.
Yeah.
I'm getting that he's under routine care here, routine health checkups. There's something particular around the nose and tongue. There's a chronic, something that's kind of stuck that's chronic with him, quite possibly addiction to medications here. Chronic confusion as well, but it's looking like routine checkups for something for a chronic illness that is airborne. So this could be like routine checkups. Here's a hospital right here.
Hey, Becca, with his nose, he had surgery for, what do they call that? When you get a hole in your nose from snorting so much cocaine back in the 80s.
He did, because this is nose and tongue.
Had a hole. Was a septum? He had a hole in his septum.
Had a hole that came through the nose and had surgery to like cosmetic surgery to patch it up.
Yeah, because I'm seeing something here with the nose. Routine checkups, treatment for something chronic that is airborne, something around his back, chronic confusion, and addictions to what do you call this? Alternative medication. We'll say it that way. And there's something here that causes him to be unstable emotionally and mentally. So
Thank you, Wise.
that's what I'm getting, and possibly the back and the way that he stands. Also something possibly around the hip area, hip and pelvic area as well. So
That'll throw the back out of whack.
mhm.
Especially when you can't control your emotions, you're really struggling with your emotions in your sacral chakra. It tends to play out physically in your hips and your lower back.
Yeah, in your sciatic nerve.
Yep.
So I get that there is something severely wrong that may need to be cut out, and something that is also keeping him up at night. Loss of sleep, but it's also something that needs to be removed. Something in his gut, in his stomach area that needs to be removed.
That's called Biden.
Like he may have a growth or diarrhea even, but he's got something in his stomach, in his stomachal region that needs to be removed. And it's severe. Because this is my card for severe illness, but I wouldn't call it illness. But he's got something in his lower part that needs to be removed. Margaret, thank you.
I know. That a little bit of that too, Margaret.
Let's look at Biden.
Okay.
His health. Let's see how it goes. Thank you, JC. Yeah, I seen your last one. He has a problem with his brain. It's called his brain.
Did you also pick up something that is long term, that is sexually related?
Which is
Like a condition that he has that may be stuck, that comes from a sexual affairs. Yeah.
I think he's got the itchies and scratchies.
I get that with Bannon all the time.
Yeah.
He's got syphilis or something.
He is syphilis.
I was gonna say, he is the itching and scratches.
He looks so gross every time, and I don't like talking about people's looks, but Lord,
His mouth is always kind of crusted, and I mean, I got a pimple right now. I'm not one to talk, but he constantly has the mouth ick. I'm like, ooh, that's not a good look.
he just looks like he need a good scrub down and
Yeah, so the Avon makes some stuff that'll make it real smooth for you.
something.
Stephen Miller's like a boil on a canker on an ass.
Yes. Absolutely. Very well said, Jen.
He's the bust inside of it.
We're looking at Biden, right?
Yeah, bite himself.
I saw a boil on an ass, and I couldn't even, I forgot.
Bring it off for a second.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, Lori.
I saw butt boils. I was like,
Let me go again.
Lori's in the house.
Hey, Lori.
hey, Lori. Oh, jeez Louise.
I don't have my bell. Oh wait, did I miss one?
I get
Holly, I got you.
Joe has some stomach issues too that came on rather quickly. So I actually get that he may have even like gone to a doctor or hospital about it. Doesn't feel like anything major. It just feels like some kind of stomach issue that came up pretty quick. He's got a little bit of back issues, I get. Nothing major. But Johnny, you know what? I settled on the star card to be my skin card. There's something on his skin they also had to isolate. So I feel like they might have had like a little cancerous growth or something they had to remove. And they're watching that, keeping an eye to make sure it doesn't, he doesn't get more of them. It's got a little issue with his liver also. A little bit of buildup of toxins in the body from the liver. But in general, I get the sun card. I get pretty good health in general.
Interesting. I get not the opposite, but I do get so one of the cards, I get the third eye chakra. So he's all in he's really relying on a lot of intuition right now. And it's almost, I could see, it's just, I feel it. It's very heavy. He's constantly looking around and everywhere. And almost relying on faith too. How do I make the right move? What's the next move? The physical health card does come up with him for his root chakra. This is just physically, let's just be real. This is not because he's old. This is not because of anything else. It's just, running for president is physically grueling. So this is tiring on his body. So he just needs to really just kind of rest as much as he can, do whatever he can to stay vital and healthy. Because this is hard. And you're running against a turd. So that's even more grueling. Did you want to say something? You want to acknowledge Terry before I keep going?
I'm not fooling with Terry. Thank you, Terry.
And then his sacral chakra again, and I feel these are tied. He's really emotional, and not in a Brett Kavanaugh crying at his confirmation hearing type of like a weepy little girl emotional. He cares so much about the outcome that's a big thing that's kind of weighing on him physically as well. He's very emotional. I really want to get out there and do the best I can. Got to take our country back. We got to stop the bleed, and it's a lot.
Did you go back up?
No, I'm getting that he's got several doctors with him, perhaps one that's a specialist. He may have some issues here, perhaps with the bladder, the kidneys, so perhaps going to the bathroom or incontinence down the road. I'm seeing difficulties making decisions here with something related to old age and aging. Also, something here in regards to if he does exercise here with the whip, he may exercise in ways that are a little bit more relaxing. So perhaps not a full blown out run, but more like a jog, yoga, physical therapy, stuff like that. But otherwise, it looks good. I see several doctors around him. If he has arthritis, it would be around the hands. And that's all I'm getting from him. But other than that, it looks really good, other than the lilies, which is something that happens, age-related things, as we age. It's normal. So
there is a spine problem here. It's not like a bifida type of thing. It's more along the lines of exhaustion and possible sleeping wrong and a whole bunch of things, especially if you're on a bus and all these different things. But there is a need for rest, absolutely, and 100%. But this is my back pain. This is where we start. 5 of Swords is something that you may need to take something for. So it's a corrective measure. This is not something that is going to plague you forever. Arms and feet, which means this is possible a pain that spreads. It could also cause headaches. So it could be something like a disc problem. You could be having a disc problem. So there's that.
Bill Barr, we looking at him?
William Barr.
I'm gonna have to do this. spray myself before and after.
Do it, Adrian. It's nasty.
But for those in the chat, I do see the story, so you don't have to keep posting it. Brad Parscale tried to kill himself. That's what they're saying in the chat. I see it. Just so y'all know I saw it. Oh, Lord.
I always get the most jacked up cards when I read on Flatfoot Freddie Flintstone.
He's been dragging his feet too much as the brakes.
That's right. I always have to take a long bath after I read on him. Yep. Interesting.
You're talking about Fred Flintstone, and I'm talking about he's the brakes, like in the Flintstone mobile, and I get the chip on the bottom of the car vehicle.
You know his heels are all sorts of messed up and scabbed up.
Ooh, he is drinking.
Mm. This is interesting.
A lot.
Normally for him, when I get the throat chakra card, this is about he's getting throat chakra self-expression. Normally, you notice even when he does in his when he's testifying, he never lies. He just omits truths. He's very selective with what he says, which is just absolutely aggravating. I'm actually seeing, he's lying now. He's starting to just flat out lie, which jives very well with that, again, that throat chakra, inability to speak divine truth. He is completely null and void of any kind of big scale introspection with his third eye, and actually particularly seeing. He is so deep down this dark tunnel, he doesn't know whether crap or go blind, quite literally, because he just can't see anymore. He's lost all perspective. And then also getting his sacral chakra, particularly with relationships. So I'm wondering too, if he's burned through all of the people who can help him, anybody who can kind of help him provide air cover. I think Becca or Jen, one of you guys were saying that the DOJ is just over him now, like all of his subordinates, and they're done, and they're really starting to lash out. And I think that's coming to fruition with this relationships card with this sacral chakra. He's beyond lost anybody who can trust him, at least who may have trusted him and at least try to support or help, even if it's because that's their job and they had to in the past. So throat chakra, third eye chakra, and his sacral chakra.
I get he is drinking a lot swiftly, and it's conflicting with his heart and his feet, so he's probably got gout from it, like he shouldn't be drinking. He's got some family inherited issues, and I feel like that's the heart. So genetic issues with the heart. He's got something going on. He's also on some prescription medication of some kind, and he's got something going on with the brain and central nervous system. It's like something is stealing his brain cells.
Trump.
Right.
Stealing from the brain. It's like something's robbing its brain. So if he's got circulatory issues, he may not be getting enough circulation in the brain. He may be prone to strokes. And he also has stomach issues. Well, you drink a lot, you're going to end up with some stomach issues.
Jacked up. I can't wait to see what Becca has. She's deep in thought, doing her calculations.
Well, I tried to pull a box spread, and this is as far as it would let me see. Moving forward, his health is bad. So I pulled this deck. Here he is. Here's his health. this is the possibility of something that happens suddenly. So perhaps an accident, a stroke, also in reference to quite possibly a surgery, also him being separated from a license. I don't know why that's showing up. This way it's showing that there's something in his health that's in the early stages for a child that may be spreading, or a child that has a health issue of something that spreads. If it's him, it's in the early stages, quite possibly in the throat. This way it's showing an accident or a stroke, but he clears it this way. It's good health. And then new prescriptions here. That's what I'm getting.
I got everything Jen got, actually. I do also pick up there's a mouth problem, like he might have had a cold sore or something, but because whatever it is, it recovered from it. So he didn't have like a cancerous thing. He had something, he had a little bump, as we say.
It makes sense to me. He has throat chakra issues and issues with the throat, because when he talks so soft and blah blah blah. He's a big man. He is not talk from deep inside. He doesn't project much. He's got throat chakra issues.
It's like his voice doesn't fit his stature. It doesn't.
It doesn't project.
And keep in mind too, with throat chakra, it doesn't even necessarily mean you have to speak or lie. It could also be just omitting and not speaking, which causes the blockage and the issues as well. Good point, Jen.
So let's go on. New York Times got his taxes. He paid $750 in taxes 2016, 2017.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you get away with only paying $750 in federal taxes? I'm not trying to be ugly. I just need somebody to help me understand this.
So here's the thing, too.
FICO and FICA and Rico and Sally and Johnny and Ricky come out first.
I don't get it.
I don't understand how that happens.
For instance, Mitt Romney wrote his horses off on his taxes.
Mitt Romney wrote what off on his taxes?
His horses he claimed on his taxes.
So I can claim my dog and Jen can claim Artie and Lucy and all her cats?
I don't even know what he would claim them. He claimed them on his taxes, and his tax bill went down. And because that came out when he was running for president. You claimed your horses on your tax? Yes, he did. He could, because there's a loophole they can all jump through.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to know.
Artie, get a social security number.
I want to know what does this mean? Does it mean anything?
That we only paid $750, while the rest of us are getting raked over the coals for taxes.
What does it mean to Trump, or what does it mean to the election?
What does it mean for Trump? Because keep in mind, that guy who talked to Rachel Maddow also got his taxes. Nothing came of that either. Got a little page of what they wanted you to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Where he had that $900 million loss of this. So what does it even mean that they got his taxes? Does it mean anything? For him.
Certainly means that Cy Vance ought to be able to get them now, so that he can.
The court said there is no more delay. If he wants to, he can get it.
Cy is sitting there like a kid at Christmas, like, come on, Santa, what'd you bring me? What's in my stocking?
Now, didn't he say he was going to wait?
Cy said he was going to wait for this last hoopla to go through the court. And that was his waiting. He wasn't going to fight that and just let the court see what it was going to do, because he knew how it was going to play out. I'm guessing.
And the judges are losing patience. They're like, yeah, your arguments are stupid. Just shut up.
Shut all the way up, right, Becca?
So what does it mean that Trump's tax is leaked?
Yeah, if anything. So I'll go, since I got all mine. I got the Moon and the Magician. It will start an investigation because there is lying about sources. Here's the taxes and the Seven of Swords. So there is there's some sneaky, there's some lying, there's something that is in financial documents that is inside of his Page of Pentacles. They're financial documents too. So there's the Hangman, the 10 of Pentacles. I don't know. I'll just say that. Because here's my thing. I guess what I'm looking for is where's the judges, where's the lawyers, where's the this. I don't really care for another. Thank you. Okay, you go. Because I didn't pull none of them. All I get is we'll look into this, we'll look into that. Okay, I don't really care about what you're looking into. What you're gonna do right now.
It's going to end up in there. It's going to go through the court. I'm getting a not so happy feeling with the outcome, but Trump's in the center of it. There's an official person. So again, this could be this could be the courts looking in. I'm wondering if somebody in a high court too is looking in at this. Let me pull some clarifiers. Keep whoever wants to go next.
I feel like this is definitely ending up in court. I got the Hierophant on the bottom. This is going to give birth to a whole bunch of things because of all the elimination, how he's clung to his money, trying to be practical. It's going to start all kinds of battles, and then it gets a little bit funny. Sorry, it's like the house, the family. Bye, pack your bags. You're moving. You're separated from them. Anxiety. The government's going to take him over. He's going to have nothing.
Because that's what I'm getting to is that the outcome is the pathway card. Now, the pathway card can sometimes mean a positive beginning, something. It's usually pretty joyous, but I'm right. I'm with you on that, Jen, in that this is going to be the beginning of a long road. This is just whatever in court. I would not be surprised if there's some whoever a man is who writes whatever verdict, whatever decision, whatever he writes, it's going to start this is starting.
If the government were smarter, IRS or whoever, they would take all his properties now before that 482 million loan is due to the bank and let the bank eat the loan. It's like,
exactly. Get your money now.
Get your money now. Get your properties now.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm getting that this is going to take a while. Be patient. Here's the judge. There's changes, things that leave and return over time. So this could be talking about the inflation and then the reduction, the history of it. There's the judge. There's a woman here that starts investigating gifts. Also a woman that starts investigating where he got the money in an institution overseas. So I don't know if this is in reference to if he has Trump towers overseas or a freaking resort here with the lilies and the tower. This would be like some sort of a resort that's foreign. That comes up too, but it's investigations, but it's slow moving. It may go well into next year and the year after that because the lilies is here.
I just heard decades, Becca. I heard this is going to take a lot because so much frackle knackle has popped off. This could be in the courts for a long
time. That's what I feel. But this is the part I cannot understand. Everything comes out, everything pops up. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. But then what happens? We could investigate, but then it takes forever. So that's what I get. But I just I need something other than that. I don't want to see that anymore.
In his grand tableau, it showed a grand jury January, February, but it looks like that one's more linked to organizations. So Trump orgs or Trump inauguration or something. And there's a kid involved in that one too. So
JC.
I mean, didn't we put Willie Nelson in jail for not paying taxes, and then you got a clown that evaded taxes sitting in the highest office in the country? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Al Capone murdered half the world, went to jail on tax evasion. Donald Trump murdered half the U.S. and he's still walking around.
Exactly.
I can't.
Taint with a K. I absolutely cannot.
I'm moving on from him. Let me find something else. Actually, you know what? We'll go. I wanted to look at his emotion. He showed up at RBG's farewell and he got booed, lock him up, chance. His wife was standing there. I want to look at her emotional health too. And the election is, a hop, skip, and a jump away. He's going against Democratic establishment. He doesn't feel good about it. Nobody does. They're all talking like he's already lost. Hey, and when you lose, are you going to commit to transition of power? Like, what about if you know? They're saying when you lose. So, you know.
And they're even saying if as if it's a choice. Come January 20th at noon, bye-bye.
You got to go.
Like, why are you asking him if? No, he has to.
Don't let the doorknob hit you with the good Lord split you.
And then
Thank you, Whimsy. I know there is Bill Maher keeps saying he's not going to leave. He's not going to listen. Just because a person says something over and over again does not make it news.
He does not make it the truth either.
If he gets voted out, he has no choice. This is no, I'm staying here. If I go to your house and I tell you I'm not going to leave, do you think that works? Like, isn't there something you can do? There's some steps you can take. If I just say I'm not leaving, what would you do? You would call somebody. I mean, Jesus.
Yep.
Thank you, Tina. They have people in place in case this type of thing doesn't happen.
so what
Trump's emotional health as well as Melania.
Yes. Trump's emotional health. I should have some more
Feeling.
topics just to be nice.
She has python eyes.
His eyes look so narrow. It's like, he claimed he couldn't hear it. He's like, oh, they were close to the media. He totally heard it because his eyes got so angry looking.
and then you can see him going like this with what's her face, plastic queen over there. He's like, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Come on, let's go.
You heard it.
You heard it. Because I heard
And
it.
he has a mask on, but it looks like his own wrong. Still. I mean, I guess it's covering his stuff, but I don't know. I can see too much his chin. It just looks like his own wrong.
Well, he kind of pulled up to here, Johnny. It's like
Hey, it looked too big to me. Like, he was like if he talks, the spittle is just gonna fly out the sides because it's too daggone big.
And what you got a mask on for? It's a hoax.
You outside. Like, what? You don't believe in this anyway.
oh my
You
god.
ain't gonna catch nothing from RBG except the good old spiritual beatdown when she finally get back
Good
down.
trick.
I was praying God would have struck him down on the foot of the freaking SCOTUS, man.
I'm telling you.
I was something very similar on those lines, Becca. He tripped a little. Not, I want to see him Humpty Dumpty all the way down and fall, but that would
Oh, that would have been amazing.
okay.
Trip on his way up, trip on his way down.
Because he would have Humpty Dumpty the whole way down. And I hear the Super Mario noises like and he ends at the bottom. Sorry. People, I'll need to stop. Forgive me. Let me spray myself so I don't mess myself up. Okay.
I feel like this was the dawning to him of America doesn't like him. And the majority of the population doesn't like him because I got my America card on the bottom. It whittled him down the size emotionally. So he felt very small. His challenge is he's a sneaky thief. But he thought, like he sees his fortunes changing. He thought by nominating a female to the courts that would help. But now he's like focused on where's my money? Get my money. I got to get my money and talking and lying and subterfuge and covering up.
Oh, Jenny, you froze.
Oh, poo.
He feels betrayed.
I get something very similar, Jen. I get for him. They both are having him and Melania, because I love the way Johnny says it. Say it for me one more time, Johnny.
Melania.
Thank you. They both are getting sacral chakra cards. So again, your sacral chakra is your house of emotions. That messed him up because he's got the entire sacral chakra card. That really, 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 that was, like you said, that is the beginning for him really understanding this is boo-boo for you at this point. For her solar plexus chakra card, she gets pleasure. She enjoyed the heck out of hearing those people ridicule him. I just think she got, because again, it's enjoyment, indulgence. She really enjoyed that moment just because her feelings for him are so ill. It was kind of like, oh, see, I told you they don't like you. Look at them, listen to them. Okay. She was eating it up.
I'm getting in the past that it's his loyalists on his base that are committed to his celebrity. That's when he feels big, like the superstar. Here's him in the middle, so that's his past. And then the abundance of the public, it finally hit him. He finally got it through that thick head that they think he's a child. He's small, insignificant, tiny, in the big picture. It finally sunk in. Just how small he is when he's outside of the circle of loyalists that just blow smoke up his rear,
Malaria. I think nice Melania.
Malaria.
It's also testing his it's seeing the truth. It's testing his solar plexus chakra with his gut instincts. What worked is not going to work for him anymore, and I think that was just such a jarring uppercut to his senses. He's just like, he's going to either double down, like I said, with his throat chakra and just start saying these crazy, atrocious things because he can't trust it anymore. He doesn't know where to go.
I get with Melania, she was confused a little about it. Like she only knows what Trump tells her.
What? They don't like me?
They don't like Trump? They don't like my husband? I don't know. She's confused about it. So, it takes some time for it to sink in with her because she only knows, she walks away, leaves work unfinished. Like, okay, there's RBG. I didn't even finish my prayer. Let's go.
And see, I just get something just so different. Maybe she was shocked, but she enjoyed it. There was that validated something for her because also with the crown chakra too, she has been asking for, I hate this, like this divine guidance. Help me, Malaria, blink twice if you want help. She's like, and so I get a little bit of, maybe I just have a little bit of different, I got just a little different perspective on it, or just a nut perspective.
But it could shock her, but she still enjoyed it. But I get that, like, she was a little bit shocked about it.
Let me say this too, just as a side. If somebody's asking for personal readings in the chat, you don't have to time them out because usually what happens is YouTube recommends tarot channels of all kinds to people on YouTube, and they just click on it and they see people doing readings, and so they ask, because most people who do live streams are not doing political readings or pop culture or anything like that. They're doing zodiac and personal readings, so you don't have to time them out. Just let them know we're not doing personal readings, and hopefully they understand and move on.
You'd think they'd figure out by the kind of questions that we're asking that it's political readings.
They'll still ask it, but you don't have to time them out. Just let them know if you want to that we're not doing personal readings. We'll keep it moving. So emotional. Donald Trump is ready to go. Melania is ready for Biden to win because she's ready to go too. I get 7 of wands. I get 7 of wands. He's on the defensive. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. Wow. Because it's one thing to go to your Sweet Valley High pep rally and you're standing there and everybody is cheering you and they got your little stupid hat on and they all look like you. Mm-hmm. You don't see now black person or Asian nowhere in there that ain't been paid to stand there. So everybody looks like you. Everybody got their little hat on. Everybody is for you. But then the Page of Swords sets in, and that's the negative news. Negative news is usually, if not always, the truth. Thank you, JC. Thank you, Joyce. Because most people look at it as, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening, or I can't believe this was said around your celebrity, around your facade, I will say. You didn't get the Knight of Cups because it came up in hers. Your facade. You go to your rallies, everybody loves you. You go out in public, everybody tells you exactly how the majority of the country feels about you. And I say this over and over and over again. They are smaller than we are. So all this stress and this worry, pull your hair out. Stop looking at all this polls, this, and he's surging here and he's surging there. They got a 14% approval, not approval rating, but base. His base is 14% of the country, 14 to 17. That's it. Everybody else is on the other side of the fence, even Republicans. So keep that in mind. He's ready to go. She wants Biden, King of Cups, Knight of Cups. She wants him to come in because she's ready to go. There's the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. She wants it to speed up. She wants it to go now. So, yeah. He's sad. She's glad because she wants to go, and then he's got his feelings hurt out in public, which good for you because you're a horrible person. So anyway, thank you, Rhonda.
It's not just here, Johnny. They flew a baby in Britain. The world hates you. The world hates you. The entire planet hates you.
Hurry
The
back.
world is so ready for you to go.
And you can leave at any moment. I mean, we will hold the door open for you.
Yeah, we won't think anything. We won't call you if well,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna call you what we're gonna call you regardless. But
We've learned all we need to learn from that lesson. It's time to go.
So I want to look at Eric because Eric has a meeting with the NYAG. When is it? October 7th, you said?
October 7th, I think he has to report by or before October 7th to do a.
But he's planning to plead the 5th,
Mhm.
which does not proclaim innocence. It just means you're not going to talk. So
What are we looking at for Beavis over there?
I want to know. I want to do a. I want to do a general
On
Why?
Beavis?
on yes to see what comes up because if she wants to talk to him about basically finances and everything else, there's not a whole lot of other stuff that's come out with him at the center of it. So why him? And I want to see what else will pop up out of this.
Because we get lots of money from Russia. He's just like his dad. He is just like his dad. He
Quiet part out loud.
and not very bright. You know, probably had somebody else take his SATs for him.
but with Eric, there's always a look of like holy crap in his face right before when he's talking. Like, I don't know. They give me money. You're like,
That apple didn't fall far from the tree.
No, it did not.
He's still clinging to a branch.
That boy, low hanging fruit. Low hanging fruit right there.
he always looks like he's half a step away from like messing himself. I'm just like, dude, it's okay. Breathe. It's okay. It's okay.
He was one of the premature apples. Okay. Eric Trump.
Are we looking at Eric Trump or Eric? Oh yeah, Eric Trump. Eric Trump.
Eric Jr. That's what I kept wanting to say. Like, no, Eric Trump.
Well, out of him and Butthead, Beavis and Butthead, he's the one that looks the most like his dad.
Yeah, it does.
He does.
Unfortunately.
But a worse version, if that's possible to say.
Mhm.
I think he'd be fine if he just kept his mouth closed. Let's see.
Eric Trump October. What's coming up for you, homeboy?
Change of ooh.
Mm-mm.
Pull that.
He going to court.
They coming for that behind. They coming for that behind. At the crown of this is judgment. Outcome is Wheel of Fortune. His fate, it's about to things about to change up for him. This is not a good look.
They're going to be asking lots of questions, and he's like going in there like, I'm not accepting this, pleading the 5th. But the problem is they've already trapped him. They
Yeah.
already know everything they need to know. They just want to get him on record trying to say anything. Justice at the root of this. All three of the kids are involved, especially Ivanka also. I think they have info on her.
Yeah.
and he's just going to try to find his balance and shift the blame somewhere else. Letitia James has a big old message for him. She's going to be taking a new action against him.
It came up for me as well.
Boom. Hitting him over the head. He's got his fortunes changing.
Yeah.
She's going to, whatever the action is she does, gives him a different perspective. So I feel like he gets cut from the organization, and I feel like he may start spilling an abundance of information.
I got something so similar, Jen, because Letitia came up for me as well as the Queen of Cups, because when I clarify, the Wheel of Fortune, she's the catalyst for that. She's going to be the one that's like, come here, Pip, have a seat, let's talk. So guess what I have? And she's going to be the one that he's going to rue the day that he ever laid eyes on that woman.
I even get, loser Trump again. Part of the day, the loser. So I think he's going to give up on his dad even, because she already knows. It's like she's got
him.
She's going to ask him questions. He's going to plead the fifth, and she's going to say, "Well, here, look at this."
Yeah, that makes me slightly petty happy.
He's got records about a financial windfall here. Also, Eric might feel like he can get a little bit of luck because of who his dad is. That's highly recognized, and he's in a position of authority in government. However, she's bringing receipts. She's got receipts right there. When he shows up, he may not talk, but she's got records already. There's huge loads of financing here and money that changes. It changes. And then here's the institution moving forward. She's got the goods, and he's heading into a world of trouble. That would be like your category 25 hurricane right there. He's in a world of trouble. They may have records about perhaps payments that were made for a sexual affair, because there's sex here. Records for something that was pleasurable and a large amount of money, resources that were paid. Here's sex. Luck overseas. This would be like his passport. They may do something around his passport because this is a record to leave and return. So I don't know if that, it doesn't look like it gets blocked, but there's something around his passport too that she may be looking at. Perhaps he may be a risk here to run away, because this is action too with the ship. I don't know if they're going to think he's a risk to run away. So they trap him somehow. But he's not going to talk, but she has receipts. So he's in trouble. He's in big trouble. What?
Nothing. Moderators own it. Thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you. 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups, King of Cups. There is a plan that is coming to a head with 3 of Wands. We're almost there, that he is going to feel very, very emotional about.
Daddy, help me. Daddy, help me.
There's going to be a negative judgment against you eventually. And that is because of something in the past, but an actual judgment. Page of Wands or Page of Swords and Judgment, both of those together are not spelling very good for you. Now, here's the thing. Pleading the fifth, which is, I believe, what he plans to do, does not absolve you. It does not mean you are innocent. It means that you don't want to perjure yourself.
Self-incrimination. Yep.
Look up Plead the Fifth, Google it, see all the people who did it, and see how things turned out for them. You may want to get a different strategy. I'm just saying. The Knight of Wands and the 5 of Swords.
It means you're guilty.
Yes, he has some sort of information. The problem is there is a woman attached to it as well. Thank you, crazy cat lady. There is a woman attached to it as well. If he starts yapping, he's got Trump of the mouth syndrome. And so she may have to answer some questions as well. Now, mind you, you'll need cards for this. They should all see eventually all y'all behind going to court over something. So I would think instead of trying to plead the fifth to everything, come up with a strategy. But I'm not a lawyer, so you do what you need to do. But there is some information he has that involves her as well. Therefore, him and Ivanka got some situations that are going to have to play out in court, and neither one of you are going to come out of this okay. Now, this is a down the line thing, so don't expect it in the next 2 weeks. However, when he does go to court, that's when you're going to start to see the door open for some other garbage. Here with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, it is about money. It is about partnerships. It is about crap that they do. Everything that these people do with that Trump last name has something to do with money or something revolving around money. So I pulled clarifier, got the Two of Cups. Them two in particularly have a problem with finances and worldly finances. Like I just, my whole brain exploded just now. Like, you know how one of those things to where you look up in the sky and then the vastness of the universe you tried to capture in your brain and then your brain blew up? That's what just happened. It's like it starts like this and then it just spreads out like this. Like it's every country you can think of outside of Antarctica, and they may have a penguin deal. We ain't heard of it yet. But there's something going on everywhere. Thank you, Seijin. There's something going on everywhere with the world card, her and the boy. They both got something going on pretty much every country, and this is going to take a long time, and they're going to be in court for the next 850 years. Their grandkids are going to have to go to court for them. This is going to be played out at least over the next 10 years.
Because I've heard it earlier, I heard decades.
Over the next 2 years, there absolutely are.
Decades.
Eric's getting brought in. I wonder how Don Jr.'s feeling, because he was on some show, I think it was on Fox or something, and he sounded like he was like up on his cocaine again.
Well,
He's
he did something for the campaign online, and that boy looked so messed up. He was like, "You guys got it. We need the Trump army. The Trump needs your army." Like he couldn't keep his eyes open. He was all messed up. I was like, "Oh dear Jesus!"
You did that a little too well, Becca.
he's got to be flipping out. Yeah, his brother's getting dragged into court, and he's got to be flipping out. Can we look at Don Jr.?
Yeah, he's next on the list. Don Jr. It is.
Yeah.
Oh, 999 likes. Oh, we turned 10,000. Thank y'all very much. Y'all so sweet.
Donald Trump Jr.
We've got a record number in here tonight.
Yes. Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
This is for entertainment purposes only, so I hope you are entertained. We're not trying to change your life. We're just trying to make it feel a little better, at least one day a week.
Get a little chuckle at the same time.
We're almost coming up on our 1 year anniversary of the first time you and I did a live stream together, Donnie.
Look at all these people you dragged in here.
Don Jr.
Yeah, don't. Never mind.
Started it. Say it.
No, I won't be super petty. I'll be a little petty.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Eric, no, I said Eric Jr. again. I guess they are interchangeable. I'm gonna keep calling him Eric Jr. It's like Jervanka. This Eric Jr. They're all one person now.
One person.
Don Jr.
Same motivations.
Thank you, Sunflower. Thank you, Cappy's mom. I was about to say that. If you have not subscribed to Adrian, please go and do. Adrian is the Red Lentil Healing. Giving people all your government. It's Red Lentil Healing.
It's okay. It's not looking too hot for the mouth breather either. Mm. Ooh.
He is definitely feeling worn out. He's on the defense now. He feels trapped. He feels like it's because of who his dad is. That's why the courts are coming after them. And this is a big change pulling Eric in. He's afraid Eric's going to talk. And he thinks also Ivanka's going to get a spotlight shown on her. He's not sure where this is going to go, but he knows it's going to bring a lot of illumination on things that they've been doing.
Yeah.
So he knows it's not good.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm so sorry, Jen.
He's like looking overseas, thinking about going overseas, but the sort of truth is on them, and it's something about gifts of money that they took.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's going to be brought in over the same thing.
It's going to illuminate over with the Star and the Ten of Cups, the entire family. Like, this is
a whole crime syndicate.
How much Hanged Man also with the world looking at, they're having to look at what this family's done globally. All the international affairs, all the international Trump, whatever businesses are going to come under the microscope. Daddy's business doings with the devil. He is overcome with emotions with the Ace of Cups. This dude is literally just, Becca, do it again? Because that's exactly how he looks every day, every night. That is just, he knows there's the messenger's coming. They're after him, and it's not going to be a good look, because it's crossed by the wheel of fortune, changing fate, changing fortune, changing luck. It's not going to be a good look for him.
I'm getting that. I'm sorry, Adrian, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but like Johnny said, you don't necessarily need a tarot deck to know that.
I'm getting in his. He's going to be going through some serious depression, severe anxiety, chronic anxiety. It sticks around. Like, I would be concerned about this boy's mental health, because this is not good. He's got some. I mean, this is serious up here over his head. He has a little bit of hope and a little bit of luck that he can get out of this and run away, perhaps overseas. He may be looking overseas. Problem is this woman here. If this is his girlfriend, she runs away. If this is his sister, she runs away. If this is Letitia James, she's coming after him, or anybody else, because there's thievery here. He's crapping his pants. Like, homeboy's not good up here right now, and I don't see him getting any better. If he does get better, he might be doing something here that gives him a little bit of a bump for fun. But I'm seeing bad depression, severe anxiety, a mental breakdown with these two. Like, that's a mental breakdown right there, and it sticks. And what's interesting, I had seen something on Twitter when he's been making all these appearances where he's stoned and messed up out of his mind, and people are wondering if that's going to be his defense when they bring the hammer down on him. Oh, you don't be so mean to me. I have mental health issues. Like, that's why that'll be his out. But I'm seeing a mental breakdown around him pretty soon. So. What are you getting, Johnny?
Thank you, Peggy Jean. So the Empress and the Nine of Swords. Something brand new is causing him a lot of stress and anxiety. There is illumination around jobs and money, or job he did for money, or something that involved, I'll give you money and you do this for me. Not necessarily a steady job, but it could just be a one-time payoff thing. There is going to be bickering and fighting and arguing and carrying on, and the family. And it has something to do with Donald Trump, and not necessarily like the family is fighting, but the family or the fight is coming to the family, and it centers around him, around the Fool. Problem is, Captain Plead the Fifth is going to say something that gets them all in trouble. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Eric, can you tell me about such and such? I plead the fifth. Maybe that is what opens the window, but whatever it is, Captain Plead the Fifth is about to get all y'all in trouble. So it's coming, boo. It's coming.
Something he may need to answer, but he pleads the fifth too. Kind of, I keep thinking like Mark Furman when he, like, that last question where they're like, have you ever tampered with evidence? He's like, I plead the fifth. I'm like, fool, you should have said no. You should have said no, boo boo.
So let's look at Ivanka then, since we looked at them too, and she popped up and everybody's reading. So.
Oh no. Wait, I need to go get a $50,000 haircut.
Oh, Lord.
$500 worth of lowlights.
How many bags of pork skins you could have bought with $50,000?
A whole semi full.
If she uses that much money on makeup, imagine what Jared uses.
Oh my
Jared uses so much Botox, it's not funny. They're,
Just his eyebrows. Just to get his
Yeah.
eyebrows done. How much is that worth?
His face does not move.
no, it does not move. The Botox is unbelievable.
Ugh.
Thank you, meaning he's got enough poison to kill half the world in his face. It's like you don't want no emotions.
Right.
I know.
And he sounds like a girl too, man. He sounds like a prepubescent little. I'm gonna shut up.
He's not very avuncular.
Mm-mm.
Thank you, Catherine. No, I did not say bag of pork skins. Pork skins, chicharrones.
Chicharrone.
Chicharrones. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine. I'm not playing with you.
The comments have been quite hysterical tonight.
He said, did I say bag of foreskins? I said pork skin.
That's nasty.
A bag of foreskins for the Jewish woman. No. I did not say that. No.
Too funny.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't.
Ooh. Lord.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, sweet Mary and Joseph.
Keep saying Jared Kushner's gonna get passed around like a join at a frat party when that boy goes to jail.
Did Ivanka have something to do with the inauguration committee also?
Yes, she did.
Yep.
Yep, that's what I'm getting. She's like, here's daddy on the bottom. Daddy, help me. And it's all about image and, let me get my makeup on straight to go to court. Her challenge is to get to higher ground. She can't get to higher ground because judgment's already on her.
Mhm.
Investigations are already done. They're already starting to charge in with the court cases. I think she gets pulled into the one with Melania, though, that's what they move on her with to do with the inauguration. I think that's where she gets trapped.
It's so funny. The devil showed up again in the same exact daggone place. I mean, the whole it started for me with the Ten of Wands, heavily burdened. Because of daddy, she sees him as the emperor, so trying to always kind of play his game, do his dirty deeds. She's stuck though. She's mentally stuck. She can't, this is like weighing on her. This is really, really bad. She's going to try to wait it out with the Seven of Pentacles, kind of trying to let this harvest, but it's going to weigh too much on her mentally as how things keep going down. And she's gonna try to come out of this fighting, because I get the Nine of Wands, so trying to be really defensive, but it's just, there's no cards on here that's pleasant for her. This isn't a good look. This is not gonna end well for her. So I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, Jen, that she ends up getting caught up with, wouldn't that be ironic because she hates her so much that she has to go to jail with stepmommy dearest?
Yeah. Cell 1 and cell 2.
Yeah, that would be so fast. That would be really interesting.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that right over her head. What she's thinking about is the danger that the family is in, the happy family. Also, something about perhaps she may have to be getting her cosmetic surgeries at home now, so her Botox may need to be done at home. You know, like that's what's on her mind. She's this could be Melania, because she's the queen of clubs, the mistress, the new mom, and her, and then stability here. She might try to put Melania in danger. Also, there might be a lie that's exposed around her that puts her in immediate danger. But she's looking for stability and security, and she's going to keep doing what she's doing. Do not be surprised if investigators come a knocking this way, because there's the fox and the rider. So it's like investigative or investigators that come and stop by for a visit. And then the illumination of fraud and the news that is reported around her. She's in danger, and she may be thinking about how to get out of it, but it shows that she stays stuck, secure, persistent on the story that she's telling. She sticks by the family in one sense, but not this person here, which would be the Melania. So,
so there is an ending to progress with the Ten of Swords and the Chariot. There will be an ending to some progress. So whatever it is you have been working on comes to an end there. There is also a new action taken with the relationship here. This is not related to your brothers or anything. This is an outside thing. You are, I don't know if you got a new purse line coming out or whatever the heck, but this has something to do with you trying to sell something to people. So there's a new action there, maybe a new patent coming from some friend overseas. But there is also a subpoena or some sort of document that says bring you behind here at this and this date. Four of Wands would be a courthouse. The Knight of Cups would be an offer that also elicits emotion and judgment. So there will be a hey, come here, little girl. Because I clarified the Four of Wands and got the Eight of Swords. So this is something binding. So that's why I say subpoena. So this is something, I mean, hopefully y'all act a little differently in the course than they do in the Democratic Party. I give you a subpoena, you give me a finger, and then, you know, oh, well, I guess we tried. Anyway, rehashing all that. Ace of Swords is what it ends with. So this is truth, clarity, victory. And so I clarified with the devil. So there will be some truth coming out about something that you did last summer, possibly literally. And again, is he the little brother or the middle child? Your brother has something that he has told, or something that comes out of his mouth that gets all y'all in trouble.
That's why they're crapping a brick, because they know he's got diarrhea of the mouth syndrome and he's not the brightest. And I think New York, that's a smart move. We're going to put the dumbest one of the three dumb mutts on trial and just let him blow this to smithereens. Like, well played, New York. Well played.
So, Trump nominee, why her and who is she?
Amy Barrett.
Yes. Why her? Thank you all for coming out. All 2248 or 2254, all 2,254 of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, this really is for entertainment purposes only. We're trying to brighten at least one day of the week for you. Leave here feeling bad, feeling sad. That's why we usually end the readings on Sunday with a funny question, something to send you off on your way to. Thank you, Mark. He would cheat, but he's not going to. But yes.
Dirty cheating.
Yeah. To answer your question, absolutely. He would cheat.
Mm-hmm.
But for entertainment purposes. So hopefully you're having a good time.
Wait, what's our question?
I have no idea. Trump's nominee. Who is she?
Oh, Amy Barrett. Why her?
Who is this woman?
Who is? Who even are you?
The handmaiden.
Why her?
Because I'm pretty sure Donald Trump does not know who that woman is.
Right.
Yep. Probably didn't even know who RBG was either.
No.
That's such a good point, Becca.
Neither did Melania or Melanoma or whatever. her
And
name
then they standing there with their ninja mask on, paying their respect. You don't know that woman. She know you though.
Yeah.
You wait till she finishes with whatever she got to do when she first cross over. She coming back to you. I bet.
Coming for that behind. She's like,
Coming back to you.
gimme. You got what you got. Well, that's interesting.
Why her?
It's like, does that woman know how many affairs Trump has had? You know?
Mm-hmm. For the why her, I have this part, forgive the no duh, courthouse. So obviously she's a judge, but they also like what she's done in her short time being I think she's circuit court or district court judge. They have high expectations for her. There's things that they need her to do. They feel like with certain cases, like with the ACA, Roe versus Wade, and God knows what else they're going to try to push through. This has been I got the toil and labor card. So they have this has been a long road for them. They want and need things overturned. And that's why they have very high expectations for her to do it. Who particularly? So Trump has, usually it's the Federalist Society who has their list of whoever, right? So they have already given the main man, Trump, this is what she's going to do. This is going to help. This is going to boost you. So that's another thing too, where he's a lot of expectation on her to kind of be this new voice of extreme conservatism for the GOP and for the right. So that's what I get for the why.
I get he's trapped by it, like somebody pushes him to do it, trying to use his judgment. I had why her, I had Biden on the bottom. Like, I got to do it before Biden gets in. She's not a pushover. She doesn't always accept offers, and they think she'll block things that they want her to block. They think she'll appeal to the female voters. They think she's a bully also, and that she has been successful in the lower courts. And this is their legacy that they want to put their nail in the coffin on.
Mm-hmm. They love what she did in the lower courts. That was like that's probably one of the biggest avenues for her why and why they picked her.
I'm getting that it's a few career executives that were like, hey, this one. I don't know if she's made decisions before. I had read something on Twitter, and then I did a reading on it a couple days ago. She tends to go with executives here. So it's like several executives that would really like to see her there because they feel that the choices may be in their favor. Also, choices here to take away from health. So all aspects of health, reproductive, Affordable Care Act, all of it to take away. Also here, because he feels also that in her career, she'll make decisions and perhaps help him steal the election. If this is the election, here it is stolen. And then Trump here stays rooted, stays solid. So, but it's looking like executives may have, or people in positions of authority may have been like, hey, this one.
That's who she helped in the lower courts, mostly.
Executive?
Corporate executives, yep.
Okay. And her in the chat, exactly. She is trying to close every door that RBG worked her whole life. Sacrificed so much of her life to open. Like this, she wasn't just, some judge. Like look at her history. Anyway, so there's burden for Biden caused also by Turtleneck. So Turtleneck here is trying to cause burden for Biden. That's where we start. Donald Trump is trying to sneak something through. So there's that one. Here with the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords, they want her locked in to the government, into the position of power. This is all meant to carry forth their agenda so that Joe Biden, because what they always really want, yes, they want the pen, they want the Sharpie, they want the presidency. But if they can't get it, they'll settle for everything else. Just like they did with Obama. If they can get the Senate and the House, they can get the Supreme Court, they can stop whatever it is that their president wants to do. Or at the very least, he can executive order, and then they can spend the next 5 years doing him for that. So that's all they want. They want the balance of power. She is just, one of them things to where, we're replacing a woman with a woman, so they look like they're doing something nice, even though if you look at who she is.
Except it's the woman that wants to live a century,
I just asked, will she get in? I don't think she gets in.
So either.
I don't think she does either.
I don't either. I don't.
There's too much.
Ask if they go with the other one. Because the other day I thought that she doesn't get in.
Too much conflict. Can't move on her.
And I think there was something I had seen a few days ago that she ruled in favor. She ruled with the corporation for segregation in a certain workplace.
She said that in a lot of instances, separate is equal. In most instances, I'm going to say this one more time for the people in the back. Separate is indeed equal. It is lawful.
So
It makes me wonder because she's got two adopted black children from Jamaica, I believe. It makes me wonder if she makes them sit in another room at dinner time.
What you call it has some black kids too. That Nazi Laura Ingraham.
Yep.
The same thing.
Yep.
Those are trophies that they parade around. Like, look, I'm not racist. I have children. You're sitting there telling LeBron James to shut up and dribble. Like, come on now. Nobody's buying that. Nobody's buying that.
So who's the other one?
The other one, Barbara
Lagoa.
Lagoa.
Okay.
I only remember that because when you were reading with Lori the other day, she kept going, are they going to go with Lagoa?
Lagoa.
I keep getting Biden on the bottom. I have a feeling they're able to block it until Biden can put somebody in. That would be a miracle in and of itself.
No, right?
So I get a yes. They go with her, the Sun and the Knight of Pentacles.
For who's that?
The new girl we're talking about.
Barbara Lagoa?
Yeah. So I get that there's that, but I still see her walking away too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if y'all go with Jesus, he ain't getting in either.
A lot of defending.
Fingers crossed, at least.
The Tower. I don't know. Heartbreak. She doesn't. They don't go with her. There's too much with her. With the Tower, the Three of Swords, Seven of Wands are going to try some slippery, slidey mess, but it's not going to.
Who's that for, Adrian? For
Lagoa.
For Lagoa?
Yeah.
There it is again. Loser Trump. Lagoa has to walk away too.
Yeah.
Biden's going to get to put somebody on the court.
I'm getting for Lagoa. She looks successful for a community of immigrants. For the other lady, Amy Barrett, I'm getting that she's committed and promised to executives. The answer for that takes a long, long time. For Lagoa, not known. So I don't think either one of them, but it looks like they may, I don't know, they may switch to Lagoa. I don't know. Don't know.
All right. Final question. So I've been asked since the beginning of time, at least the beginning of my channel, is Donald Trump the Antichrist? And I've always said, no, he is not the Antichrist. The Antichrist is somebody who has to convince you that they're Christ. And then they do horrible things. and then you're screwed because you didn't accept the real Christ as your Savior. You don't get caught up in the rapture. You get to stay down here with all the heathens. So
he does get to wear the mark of the beast on his forehead with the MAGA hats.
and the whole 666. But again, if you Google it, 666 is dark skin. That's what 666 is. If you look that up, it has nothing to do with the devil, unless you think the devil are dark skinned people. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. Look it up. So is Donald Trump the Antichrist? We'll finally answer it. And then every time we get asked, we'll say, watch our 2-hour video and you'll figure out the answer.
At the last 10 minutes.
Antichrist.
Thank you, CG.
Yes, thank you, CG. And then the devil pops up.
We don't need to finish. We're good.
The problem is, but yes, the devil is here, because why wouldn't it be? Because, the devil is an energy. I don't believe in an actual physical red skin, pointy tail devil. Did you get the devil too? There's a devil here, but here is the working card. So it's not he is the devil or he is the Antichrist. He would work for evil forces. If you believed in the devil, then say he works for the devil. He is not the devil. There you go. Because, mind you, there are two schools of thought when it comes to getting everything you want. You can go the godly way, shaken down, pressed together, running over, that type of thing, to where he fulfills all your needs and your wants, desires, and have a little to share. Or you can sell your soul, as they say, for riches and glory. For what profit a man to gain the whole wide world and lose his soul? So he would work for the devil. That's how he gets to the position he is in. He is not the devil. That's what I get.
What'd you get, Adrian?
What I get? Kind of basically what Johnny got. Nothing good. 10 of Swords, 5 of Cups, Devil, Knight of Swords, and the Wheel. He is not the devil, but there's nothing good about him. Nothing good with him. Anything that touches him comes with this 10 of Swords and his 5 of Cups. Feeling left out, having a hard time this battle. The only thing that he does align himself with is I have the Wheel of Fortune, trying to always get as much as he can, change the fate, change the look of whatever he can to get whatever he can. So thinking of himself as this lucky charm, but really he's just this, everything you touch doesn't turn to gold, it turns to poo.
What'd you get, Becca?
Getting some interesting stuff. I'm getting, no, he's not, perhaps around a circle of purist, he may be seen as someone that's very spiritual. However, no, he's not. There's something around his karmic and spiritual path right here that has recurred, perhaps sometime in history here. And the clouds and the house, this could be perhaps where he lived in history and past life. This is gas. This is family and property where you live. So I'm just going to leave that there. I don't see Antichrist here. I see people elevating him to something that he's not. Mostly like, let's lay your hands on you and pray.
And maybe too full of hot air gas. I get he's too emotional to be the Antichrist. The Antichrist would be very cool, calm, centered, like get you following them. He was sent here. What I get, because he's so unbalanced. He's completing a task to bring change here to America, to transition us into something else. And through the chaos, even though we feel like we're stuck with him, and even though he's a thief and we got sick people running around. He is elevating our country. So he was brought in to elevate our country. I don't get anything other than to help us actually.
Sin, he's a relative of the devil. Okay, so one last question. We're gonna be
Petty?
we're gonna be those people. Very love and light right now. One nice thing about Donald Trump. Spirit, give me one thing that one nice thing. I want to see what it's. Shh, you're laughing. I want to see what it says. I've done this reading in the past, and it said nothing. It gave me the 8 of Wands, which means he's not good with his words, but the people who like his words, they like his words. So one good thing, and then I'll leave it alone. Y'all don't run away in the chat. Listen to this. One nice thing. Okay, never mind. Oh, I can't stand tarot cards. I get nothing. There's the Hermit. It's lonely. It's vacant. It's void. Searching for, maybe they'll get back to me. Maybe that's what it is, because they're out searching for that answer. And I get Hangman. Eventually, they'll come back to me with a new perspective. But as of right now, they got nothing. That's sad.
Sometimes the truth is sad.
God answers all prayers. Sometimes the answer is no.
No.
I get, I find, like, when I do personal readings, I find there's a lot of people out there that have a hard time loving themselves, right? Being able to love yourself. And I get, he can go within, and even in all his confusion, he can love himself. He can't love anybody else, but he can love himself.
He's good at that.
He's good at that.
I'm getting that he himself, there's nothing nice about him. However, he has helped us domestically here to move forward in a new direction successfully. So he's kind of like the catalyst, the chaos that lit a light under our asses to go on a different route. But for him personally, no, there's nothing good there. Sorry.
I'm gonna spin this. I'm about to put some Fox News spin on this card.
Go ahead.
And if I read on myself after this, I'm gonna get the daggum throat chakra card because I done lied and spun a bunch of webs. Okay, work with me on this one. I get self-esteem, particularly with self-esteem. Self-esteem. Think about it. Your solar plexus chakra, your house of action. Okay, your house of doing. It's yellow for a reason. It's your house of fire. The good thing about him, he has a lot of self-esteem. Let's just go with me, right? What it has done is it has given this country, or a lot of people who are right fighters, the confidence, the self-love, the worth, and the pride to fight for this country. Mm-hmm. So in a way, his malfeasance has given America a new self-esteem that's badly needed right now.
That's a good spin. I like that. Because, thank you, Jan, and thank you, Anna. Because if you just look at it, I started this channel, my very first reading was a Donald Trump reading. Mm-hmm. I am not a person, believe it or not, who is that interested in politics. And yet here we all are, all 2,000 of us, and kikiing because of this ridiculous person. So if he has done nothing good in this world, he has brought back journalism. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Selfish Wing, because now they have something to really do. 8 years of Obama, what are you looking at? Tan suits. So
I was about to say tan suits and bare arms in a picture,
So he has helped, believe it or not. Other people realize that maybe we were coasting just a little too hard. Mm-hmm. And so now it's time to get to work and realize that this is still our country. I said it before, Donald Trump is not a country, he is a person. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming out And
Almost 2,300 in here.
thank you, Adrian, for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
And we will see y'all on Jen's channel next week. Y'all have a good night. Yes, be there, be square, be triangle. Don't let nobody tell you how to be.